Welcome everyone. Hello. I can see participants filing in. Just give everybody a second to get situated and then we'll get started. All right, welcome everyone to this installment of the IDHC webinar series. Today we have Natalie Moy joining us to discuss our internal dialogue and how thoughts shape our lives. I'm really excited to hear about this today. So some housekeeping for those of you that maybe are new to the webinar series. This session is being recorded, but participants' microphones are all muted and video is off. So you can see us, but we can't see you. We do have the Q&A feature and the chat box enabled, so you are free to use those to introduce yourself or drop questions or comments as we go along today. And you will receive a survey link at the end of today's webinar, and we do please always ask you to share your feedback. We love to hear what you thought, and we love recommendations for future topics. So with that, I am going to introduce our speaker today. So our speaker today is Natalie Moy. Natalie joins us. She's the IDHC Diabetes Wellness Worker in the East region. Natalie is an RN who has been with IDHC as the DWW East since October 2020. She also works as the diabetic navigator for the Algonquins of Okanagan. Before becoming an RN, Natalie was a registered massage therapist for 15 years. She is also a Reiki master and reflexologist. Always thirsting for more knowledge, Natalie is back at school part-time studying to become an RTT, which is a rapid transformational therapy practitioner. All right, well, welcome, Natalie. Thank you for joining us today. So thrilled to have you. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now and allow you to share yours.
Okay, thank you so much, Jessica. I'm going to share my screen here with you guys. I have a little presentation here. Okay. All right, so hopefully everybody can see this. Thank you again, Jessica, for your introduction, and why don't we get right into it? I'm going to speak to you today about our internal dialogue and how our thoughts shape ourselves.
Natalie,
yeah.
Are you able to just hit the present button on your PowerPoint just so it goes full screen?
What is that?
Down in the bottom right there, next one.
Okay, there we go. There we go. Slideshow. Okay.
There you go.
So then I just click whenever, eh? Whenever I want to switch it. All right. So thanks for that, Jessica. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about two different people and kind of their theories behind this. We're going to talk about Dr. Masaru Emoto. He was a businessman, an author, and a pseudoscientist who lived mostly in Japan from 1943 to 2014, and he did a lot of research on water. And we're going to talk about his water research. We're also going to talk about Marissa Peer, who is a nutritionist and a hypnotherapist. She's actually the founder of RTT Therapy, so she's kind of my mentor right now, and I really love what she says about this subject. So I wanted to share with you guys the rules of the mind that she has developed. Yeah, so we'll get started. So I'll start with Dr. Emoto. Like I said, he was a Japanese businessman and pseudoscientist who wanted to do experiments on water. He basically, well, he's not exactly a doctor. He went to school for business, but many people call him Dr. Emoto. I think it's probably because they really are drawn to this research and really respect him as a researcher. And yeah, so he said that water was a blueprint for a reality. and that emotional energies and vibrations can change the physical structure of water. So as I'm talking to you guys about this, I want you to have in your head that we're basically made up of 60 to 70% water. So we're talking about ourselves when we're talking about water here. His work wasn't really well received by the scientific community. Like I said, he's not a scientist, he is a businessman. So it wasn't really well received by the scientific community, his research, but the theories behind the research and the images that he captured that I'll be showing you were really well received by the public. So here's a side-by-side picture of a droplet of frozen water from a polluted river compared to a droplet of frozen water in a clear stream. So he researched the effects of pollution to the water through comparing this. And the results, as you can see, are breathtaking. He developed a technology that allows you to capture this really, really close-up picture of molecules of water. And so he saw how massively pollution changed the composition of water droplets. And he started thinking, like, what if intention and thought can also change the composition of the water droplets? So this is what he did. He used distilled water for his research. He taped beautiful, uplifting words to some of the water bottles and taped negative and hurtful words to some of the other ones. And the results were really quite similar to the clear and polluted waters, and I'll be showing you some of those as well. So he demonstrated how water exposed to loving and compassionate intention can result in this beautiful physical molecular formation in the water. And on the flip side, he saw how fearful and angry, unpleasant words and intentions can result in molecular formations that are disfigured and disconnected. And so this is the technology that he used. It's called magnetic resonance analysis technology, and he developed that as well as high-speed photographs. So I'm going to show you some of these molecules of water that he captured, these gorgeous images. And this is positive. Well, most of these are positive words. You can probably pinpoint exactly which one is a little bit on the negative side. So we see love and gratitude, honesty, love of husband and wife, happiness, hope. And here's the one that's not so positive. I can't do this. And you see it's all distorted on the side there. And then next to it, I can do it, and eternity. And so we can see that the molecular structure of the water can actually change. And the only difference in each of these images is the words that were imposed on them. Everything else is exactly the same. And on the flip side, oh, what did I do? Oh, I made it all funky. Okay, hopefully it's not going to keep going. No, I think it's good. On the negative side, we see these other images with evil, you fool, you disgust me, and how distorted these droplets are. This shows the immense power that words have. They aren't just scribbles on a piece of paper or sounds coming out of our mouths. They have meaning and they have purpose, and the water feels that, feels the vibration that these words bring. And according to water, all religions are beautiful, which is kind of a lovely thing to think about, right? The power of prayer, before and after prayer. And its taste in music. Water seems to prefer classical music. Not quite sure what to think about Elvis and Japanese pop. Heavy metal, I don't think it likes, but I still think it's kind of a funky looking picture though. Yeah, and different historical figures, like these two figures, Mother Teresa and Adolf Hitler. When we say them, we have this feeling, you know, surrounding them. Mother Teresa, we think gratitude, love, a beautiful energy. And then when we think Adolf Hitler, we think this hatred and evil. And it literally changes the molecular structure of water. So basically revolutionize the idea that our thoughts and our intentions impact the physical realm. Like, it actually changes things. The energy that surrounds these words change physical molecules of water. So when we take a look at this discovery, we have to take into account that the human body is in and around 60-70% water. So the words that we're thinking about ourselves and the words that we're speaking about ourselves, they're being imprinted on at least 70% of our physical selves, and they're making little minuscule changes of our own selves. So it really makes you think, you know, what are we saying to ourselves? So I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to repeat after me these words. Either they can be in your head or, you know, out loud. And I want you to really feel these words. Okay, so close your eyes and take a deep breath. And repeat after me. I can't do this. I look terrible. I look fat. I look ugly. I'm not worthy. This is going to be the worst day. I'm working as hard as I can, and I'm still not getting anywhere. I'm disappointed in myself. I'm a terrible mom, dad, friend, fill in the blank. I'm not enough. And I want you to sit in that for a second. Take a deep breath and just feel that. Feel what those words are doing to you right now. I want you to take another cleansing breath. Nice deep breath. And I want you to repeat after me. And I want you to really feel these words. I can do this. I look great in this outfit. I'm worth it. This is going to be a really good day for me. I'm working hard and I'm reaching my goals. I'm so proud of myself. I'm a great mom, dad, friend, whatever. I am enough. I want you to breathe in nice and deep and really feel those words that you just spoke to yourself. Feel the feelings and open your eyes. So you guys would have really hated me if I stopped right in the middle, right? Like, it's not a good feeling saying those words to yourself and feeling that. It's much nicer, like you take that cleansing breath and you say these wonderful words to yourself, and you feel that. You feel yourself being pumped up. And so what do you think your words are doing to you, to your innards, to the inside of yourself? Like, is it love? Do we have a whole bunch of beautiful molecular crystals in our bodies, or are we feeling that hatred and sadness and despair? And look what that's doing to the little molecular structures in our bodies. And as I was doing research of Dr. Emoto, I found a couple of really cool quotes, and I'd love to share those with you. The first one: by holding the intention of peace towards water, by thinking, speaking, and acting with the intention of peace towards water, water can and will bring peace to our bodies and to the world. So water carries our thoughts and prayers. As you are water yourself, no matter where you are, your prayers will be carried to the rest of the world. So those are some, little food for thought from Dr. Emoto. And I cannot speak of the sacredness of water without speaking of our beautiful water warriors. And here is Elder Josephine Mandamin, and I found a beautiful quote that she has, and I want to share that with you. And what she says is, we've known for a long time that water is alive. Water can hear you. Water can sense what you're saying and what you're feeling. There's been a place where I put tobacco in the water, where the water is so still. It was dead. I prayed for it. I put my tobacco in the water and my tobacco started floating around. So the water came alive. It heard my prayers. It heard the song. So I know it listens. And it can come alive if you pay attention to it. Give it respect and it can come alive. Like anything, like a person who is sick. If you give them love, take care of them, they'll come alive. They'll feel better. It's the same with our mother, the earth, and the water. Give it love. So thank you, Josephine, for that beautiful quote. And of course, we can't talk about Josephine without talking about Miss Autumn Pelletier. So in April of 2019, she was, not too long ago, she was named the new Chief of Water Commissioner by the Anishinaabe Nation after her great aunt Josephine died in February of that same year. And she also speaks of the sacredness of water and how water is alive and it has a spirit, that water is the lifeblood of Mother Earth, and that all water is original, and we all come from our mother's water since the very beginning. That thought just really resonated with me, and just I felt such a profound connectedness with my roots, with the earth, with everything. And if you just sit and dwell on this, you just feel that expansion and that togetherness that we all have. She actually did a speech to the UN. She was like only 15 when she did this. I have a link here if you want to check that out. And in that speech, she speaks so beautifully about how water hears us and how it feels us and listens to us. And that water has spirit and feeling and positive and negative thought. And IDHC has a beautiful resource, Water is Life. I'm sure that Jessica will be able to share it with everybody as well. And it tells us how important it is to our bodies. Prevents dehydration, lowers blood sugar, helps to transport nutrients and oxygen throughout the body, helps to flush the liver, kidneys, toxins, keeps organs working properly. Our body is 60 to 70% water. It's in our muscles, it's in our bones, it's in our blood, our brain, our lungs, our skin. It's a part of us, and to have that connection with it is so important for our own selves. I'm going to switch it up a little bit and stop talking about water so much. We're going to start talking about the mind. And this is Marissa Peer. She is the founder of Rapid Transformational Therapy, the program that I'm taking right now. So she's kind of like my mentor right now. She's based out of England as a therapist, and her studies of human behavior and her many years as a therapist led her to believe to develop the rules of the mind. So I'm going to share with you a few of those. So the first one, the mind learns through repetition. So you want to think of your mind like a muscle, and our thoughts are the reps that we do to improve and strengthen our muscle, which is the mind. And think of the words as the weights that we use. Are they a good weight for us? Is it going to be helpful for us? Are they strong words that build us up? Are they going to be too painful for us? Are they going to do nothing for our muscles? Are they going to hurt ourselves? Are we going to hurt ourselves with these words or these weights that we're using? And also, just like you can't build an amazing bicep muscle by just doing one rep. You can't just, look in your mirror the beginning of the day saying, I look pretty cute today. And then as you go along through your day, oh geez, look at these bags under my eyes. My hair keeps flipping the wrong way. This shirt, oh my God, it's so tight. I'm gaining so much weight. Where did that first thought go? Got buried underneath all that negative thinking. So we need to repeat ourselves. So how do we do that? Every time you brush your teeth, you say something amazing about yourself. You say, oh my gosh, my smile is going to be fabulous. Every time you hop in the shower, you say something amazing about yourself. Every time you start your car, every time you turn on your computer, repeat it. Repetition is necessary. Just like any muscle in our body, when we want to work it and make it strong and healthy, we need to repeat, like we need to do these reps. So the mind works the same way. It learns through repetition. The mind also cannot hold conflicting beliefs. They cancel each other out. So we can't be happy and sad at the same time. We can't think negative thoughts and positive thoughts at the same time. So we have to decide on what beliefs we want to hold on to and which ones we're okay with letting go. We can't move towards the future if we dwell in the past, right? If we're sitting somewhere and we want to be over there, we need to focus our energies on over there. Next rule of the mind. Let me just take a sip of water. So the next rule of the mind, imagination is more powerful than knowledge when dealing with your own mind. And we all know this. Emotion will always win over logic. Reason is always overruled by emotion. So how are we gonna figure this out here, right? So we need to use our imagination in a positive way instead of imagining what if something goes wrong? What if I do this presentation and they hate it and I get fired? Or we can use our imagination to gain confidence. What if something amazing happens from this? What if something like wonderful is born from this, whatever this is for you? So we use our imagination to gain that confidence and to ultimately live out our dreams, because really whatever we focus on, we feel and we get more of. So when we move towards what we're focusing on, so when we focus on our goals, we're moving towards it, right? When we're focusing on how horribly sad we are, gosh, do you ever zoom in on that, right? And along with that, when we're focusing on and moving towards that, whatever that is, it's expanding. So if we're moving towards our goals, we're moving towards our potential, that potential is going to expand. If we're moving towards how sad we feel about our situation, whatever that situation is, goodness, that sadness is going to expand. And then you're going to be stuck in that. So we need to keep our minds on what we want and off of what we don't want. And that's ultimately where we're going to go. Next rule of the mind, our mind responds to the pictures and words that we instill. So our mind doesn't care if we're saying something negative about ourselves. Our mind doesn't care if it's true or it's false, it's healthy, it's unhealthy, good, bad, it doesn't matter. It acts on our words regardless of what they are. So our thoughts basically are forming a blueprint, and our minds and bodies are hard at work to make that blueprint a reality. So what kind of blueprint do you want to put there, right? The strongest force in all of us is that we must act in a way that consistently matches our thinking. It's in us, like that's how we work, right? Our thoughts control our feelings then control our actions control our behavior and events, and really we can change all of these things at any time through how we think about things, our belief systems. If there's a belief that you have been holding on to that doesn't serve you anymore, you have the ability to let go of that and form a new belief just through thinking. Okay, so how do we do this? How do we flip the way we think and speak to ourselves properly? Our minds, they like familiarity. They avoid what's unfamiliar. They want continuity. So it's going to take work and consistency and those repetitions that we got to do, right? And you're going to feel like you're lying to yourself at first. You know, you're going to have your kids running around the house going crazy, not listening to you. Your partner is driving you mad and there's nothing for dinner and it's 6:30 already. You can tell yourself, oh my God, I can't cope with this anymore. Or you can maybe start telling yourself, I am a phenomenal coper. I cope with everything so well. This is a breeze for me because I just work on everything that's been thrown to me and I can do it. And I'm such a good coper. And you keep repeating that to yourself, you're going to start believing it. We need to lie to our minds, cheat our fears, and steal back that innate confidence that we were born with. So I'm hoping that you're getting a little something out of this. I would love to do a nice guided meditation with you. I found a beautiful script that was shared in my hypnosis program, and I've turned it into a meditation for you. So I hope you participate, and I hope you enjoy it, and just really get into it and feel all the feelings, okay? So I want you to just make yourself comfortable. Your hands and feet are not quite touching. And I want you to breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. In and out. And on your third breath, I want you to just close your eyes. I want you to allow a drifting, floating feeling to develop in your body. Now I want you to imagine that you're looking down 5 steps. You can see the bottom, and you know that at the bottom of the 5 steps is a place of deep internal awareness. And as I count down, I want you to see, feel, and hear your feet taking each and every step. You're moving to step 5, and every muscle, joint, and nerve in your body starts to relax. You're taking step 4, and you feel that intense relaxation coming over you. You're taking step 3 and you drift deeper into an awareness of yourself. You're taking step 2 and your mind is opening up to receive these loving words. You're taking step 1 and you are deep within yourself and you feel so comfortable and safe here. And as you're going deeper into a relaxed and healing state, you know that what you really want for yourself is to be in love with life. And as you're going deeper, you realize that you've actually been in love with life all along. It was just covered with the clouds of limiting beliefs and emotions. And now you're letting go. You're letting go of all the limiting emotions, beliefs, and thoughts, and you're allowing them to go because you don't need them anymore. You feel this tremendous realization of power, love, and strength entering into your whole system. Your body feels energized, refreshed. You're so inspired, and you recognize the fact that being is alive is just such a blessing, such an opportunity, and to just breathe in is an amazing, wonderful gift that we've all been granted. You're so deeply aware of how lucky you are just to be, to breathe, to love, to enjoy, to share, to laugh, and to experience all the beautiful and amazing things on this planet. You are aware and are at the same time grateful of all the amazing, wonderful, and loving people that surround you, love you, support you, and you can share your beautiful life with them and enrich their life back with your loving presence, support, concern, and compassion. And as you're going deeper every day, as you wake up, you are deeply in love with yourself, in love with who you are, in love with your life itself. As soon as you think a thought, you notice it's a loving, inspiring, uplifting thought that is just filling your lungs, your whole body and mind with so much energy, inspiration, enthusiasm, love of life, and strong positive feelings. You have strength and so much confidence. You experience life with the power of love, compassion, and deep inner poise. As I speak right now, you can feel this nourishing, uplifting feeling of love, strength, and inner poise so powerfully in your body and mind. It feels just so good to feel them. They fill you up. They fill up your whole system. They live within you. They just feel so nourishing, so fulfilling, so loving, these uplifting feelings of love. And you recognize that they are what they are, and they've always been a part of you, a part of who you are. And right now you can see yourself so vividly as you go through your day. You just take a few moments for yourself. You stop, you pause, and you just breathe in. You breathe in life. You breathe in love. You breathe in that special energy of the moment. You're just there, just being, just feeling, just living and experiencing the beautiful moment that is given. You're receiving it. You're letting it in so easily, so perfectly, effortlessly. and lovingly. This moment of loving and magical awareness stays with you. It's embedded in you. And every time you pause and take a deep breath in, that special moment remanifests itself and is there for you and empowers you, energizes you, inspires you. You're just there, just breathing, enjoying it, and letting it in. These small but powerful and beautiful moments in your day make you realize and feel how truly wonderful it is to be alive and to be in love with the magical life that is really you. It is all about you, and that is all around you. You feel how special it is just to breathe, just to be. You feel so special to experience that, to be aware of that, and you experience those moments, this beautiful awareness every day. You just take it in. You let go of everything else, and you are in love with yourself and your life exactly the way it is. You love everything about it. You love yourself. You love the way you speak, the way you laugh, dress, the way you communicate with others is just so lovable and special. Your expression is so loving and unique. And because you love and accept yourself for who you are and how you are deeply in love with your life and with everything around you. Things and people inspire you, and you inspire them. You're so full of life, so in love with life, that people can't help but notice. Your eyes shine with brightness, energy, with life itself. Around you is the powerful and balanced aura of pure, shiny, magical energy. You're radiating confidence and deep inner security. People around you deeply feel it. They are loving it and are getting powerfully inspired just by being with you, talking to you, moving around you. They feel your love for life. It touches them, it changes them, makes them aware. It brings so much inspiration in their life because they are just so inspired by the amazing person you are. You love to live, to be, to experience, to express yourself, and to share the life. You love yourself so much. You are the life itself, and the life itself is being powerfully manifested in you and through you. And now, as I count you back to full awareness, with each number, you will become more and more aware of your surroundings. And you bring this feeling of calmness and love of life back to your space. On the count of 1, you're becoming more aware. On the count of 2, you're aware of the space and sounds around you. On the count of 3 and 4, you're taking a deep breath in and out. And on the count of 5, you open your eyes, fill your lungs, and enjoy this moment. So thank you so much for joining me in that meditation. I hope you got something out of it. And thank you for joining me for this presentation. And I hope everyone's found some inspiration to be more kind and loving to ourselves. I'm going to spin it right around, go full circle, and talk about some water stuff again. This is one of my favorite poets, this little weird little roomy guy who was alive in the 1200s. And if you don't know about him, like, yeah, read it. Read his stuff. It's really funky and weird and interesting. And this is one of my favorite quotes. You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in one drop. So ruminate on that and enjoy it. And I hope you got something out of this. Thank you.
Thank you, Natalie. So lovely. I think everyone's feeling calm and happy now. See some comments in the chat box. Very good information, Miigwech. Thank you very much. Appreciated that. And feeling calm and loved. So you're getting some love back today.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
That is lovely.